still thought he was going down, but he was waiting on this shit like it's perfect time. And nigga bitch in the dome, and world out. I was on the game, we chased the climb. We had to take off our artists and climb down. Probably running for me, and I dreamed about it. I hate on the niggas, they mix the talk. They hit out when you do so smart as God. As opposed to the y'all saw that elimination. I'm slow with them both, but we had on bend. Put it back on his head, no pity pinch. Ain't no leaving the game, I'm still in the trench. So I blew off the rubber, we'll put me in. I can't wait till I pop it, that double on. Put my suicide doors when I'm hopping on. Bring shit by the road and I'm running on. We can focus on what's still see the drugs. I can't let them in my body, giving up. All the drugs I'm on, I'm getting up. Everybody thinks they love me up. They don't love me when I was out.
Hello, welcome to Sports Fire. I'm your SPORTSANATOR ROJO, here to bring you the hottest update, rumors, and news. Tonight, I have once again a co-SPORTSANATOR, Terrell, in the building. What's happening with you, black man?
What's going on, my brother? Appreciate you having me on the show again. So it was a pleasure.
You already know, always. It's my pleasure.
Yes, sir.
How the family?
Everything good, man. Everybody's blessed. Okay. How about your end?
Yo, you already know. Everybody good over here. Sitting over here with Polo. I'm about to put some jewels on this big head, too. Drop them jewels,
yeah.
Boy.
Got to. Original bully.
Exactly.
For those who don't know.
The original, straight out of the locks.
Before they knew what a bully was.
So, people, tonight, we have a great show. We have a lot of hot topics. We're going to give it to you raw, like we always promise. We don't know no other way. Never flaw, always raw. Our aim is to get rid of the lanes, and we ain't calling no names. You understand? Reporting live from Dade County, and we're going to give it to you raw. But let's get into tonight's show. Tonight's first topic up is Mr. Michael Beasley. Michael Beasley. Now, we watched the podcast. It's called the Pivot Podcast. Shout out to them black brothers over there. They doing their thing, man. Salute to y'all boys. Mr. Michael Beasley got up there and he kept it real. I just want to say that. Now, I seen Mike Tyson do an interview all the way live. All the way live, SPORTSANATOR Terrell. I've seen DMX do an interview all the way live. Nothing to hide. Never nothing to hide. So RP. I salute people, RP to DMX, man. I salute people who come up there and they keep it 100 because it's not easy just opening up to people who you don't even know. And you know by you being a superstar, it's going to go around the world. It's going to travel. And the public opinion is always something that you have to be mindful of because you're going to have good feedback and you're going to have the negative, but that just comes with life in general. But when you're a star, it's like, it's extra. That spotlight is right there on you. So I salute to that man for opening up the way he did. SPORTSANATOR Terrell, I know you saw the interview too. Tell me what you thought about it.
I mean, tell you the truth, I'm going to keep it 1,000 because that's what I'm here for. It almost brought a tear to my eye. You know what I'm saying? Because I seen the sincerity. Like the brother was truly sincere about what he was speaking on. And the icing on the cake was he was telling his story, his testimony, but not in the form. He wasn't looking for help. He was just basically keeping it 100, telling you how the world shitted on him, how they've been shitting on him, just to keep it 100. You know, because there's many times the dudes reached out to him and they was like, you know, you can take my number, you know, let's do a barbecue and all them things of the nature. And he was like, you know, I respect what y'all was on, but at the same time, he wasn't looking for no help, man. They expressed to him many times there was good, you know, there was good people trying to reach out to him and show him there are good people left. And his exact words was, he tired. He tired of looking for good people. And when you get to that point, you know, it's really at the end. You really at the end of your peak. You know what I'm saying? You're not looking for no help. It's like you can only help a person if they want to be helped. So it was really sad to see a person get to that point, you know, in life.
Yeah, it's sad. I pulled up his net worth. And the good thing about it is he's still worth $10 million. So he doesn't have to worry about money at least. And I was happy to see that. And he also mentioned that everyone around him stole from him except his kids.
Wow, yeah, that's terrible. I remember, I recall that. That's hard living right there to know everybody, like everybody. One person, everybody that been around him that stole from him.
from an agent.
Don't trust nobody.
Can't trust nobody then. When your
Nah.
own mother, because this the one that hit me, his mother stole from him. How do you do that,
Yeah.
Mom? God bless her. All moms is listening to this show. Don't you ever steal from your kids. Don't you do it. Because that's something that they're going to resent you for the rest of their life. They may forgive you, but it's always going to be in the back of their mind the same way he spoke on it.
Facts. But one thing we got to remember, there's always something that your parent has done is going to be in your mind that's almost borderline traumatizing forever. You're not going to duck or dodge it, whether it's stealing from you, whether it's physical abuse, verbal abuse, there's always something.
That's true.
But the part that messes it up, like the fact that the man said no one stole from him but his kids. But we got to keep in mind, he also mentioned his side of the family was more street.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they was a lot more gutter with it. They wasn't really trying to hear all that Hollywood stuff what he had going. It's like, you got it now. They ain't used to having it. You know what I'm saying? Let us get it. On some street.
He also kept mentioning this specific uncle. You could tell that uncle had a big influence in his life, and that uncle wound up going to prison. And it's kind of like what Mike Tyson, when what was his name, Costamaro, when he went to when he died, they took advantage of Mike. That blanket was gone, and shelter that blanket, it was no longer there no more. And I feel like that's what happened with him when his uncle got sent to prison. He was for the war. Yeah. He was just for the war. The man stated all he ever wanted to do was just play basketball. Yeah. He didn't want to do nothing else. He just want to play basketball. The man said he don't come outside no more. When he come outside, he go play basketball. He come back in the house. He try to talk to his kids as much as he can, but he doesn't travel that much no more because he doesn't come outside, which means that's a form of depression. Right there, that's depression. And I appreciate Ryan Clark. I appreciate all them brothers that was on the Pivot broadcast, but especially Ryan Clark. He's telling them, like, Beasley say, if you guys was to make a joke about me, I'd just stand up and whip you guys' ass. And I like how Ryan addressed that, like, you don't have to be that way with us, brother. We're not on that. We're not the enemies. We're trying to, what the guy say, no, we just want to do barbecues with it, everything like that.
Bring the bounce house out and bring the kids and things of that nature. Crowder was like, no, come over and have some beans. Yeah, be like, kick it like homies. Like,
fun with you. We don't want all the pressure with you.
You can't do that with people like him. People that's on that level, that's like taking a pit bull that was a fighting dog and you find it in an abandoned house. And you say, you know what, I'm going to take you to a dog park. You need to get along with these other dogs. Learn to get along with the other dogs. That's not going to happen. That dog came from, and you take it immediately to a dog park with a bunch of dog-friendly dogs. It's going to be tragic.
That's a great comparison.
You know what I'm saying? He got to be broken in first, and they not understand. Nobody took the time to break this man. This man is 33 years old. He's 33 years old. You know what I'm saying? So ain't nobody trying to reach out to him in his 20s to have him borderline ready to mentally convert over to a stress-free person. And it goes to show you again, you alluded to him having $10 million in the bank, or value of 10. That goes to show you money, money and everything.
Yeah,
money
that's what a lot of people fail to realize. A lot of people fail to realize that you can have all that money, man, but you still human. You just like us. Same pain you feel, but yours just get exposed on a higher microscope. Yours is not even a microscope. Yours is more of a spotlight. You just thrown out there. Like when you think about Michael Beasley, the real problems that you ever heard about him was from the NBA different teams was, oh, he smoked weed. Now this is funny because nowadays you can go to your local dispensaries in most states and cities and just buy your weed. You can just buy Ricky Williams, same thing. He smoked weeds. They great athletes. Have you ever thought though, weed keep him calm to the point he needs to be? They don't think about this. Yeah. And I respect the dude. Let's go over a little bit about Michael Beasley. Michael Beasley is 6'10", first of all. He was selected second overall pick in 2008. to the Miami Heat. His skill level is unmatched. He could do whatever you want, dribble,
all of them player.
defense. I mean,
All
the
of
guy played for, not to cut you off, SPORTSANATOR Terrell, the guy played for 6 different NBA teams. But that alone is a testimony to how good he is. The teams are willing to pick you up no matter what the baggage they saying coming with you. Reminds you of Antonio Brown. Yeah, he may come with a little baggage, but we know at the end of the day, it's about that ring. It's about that check in those owners' pockets too, and those franchises. So it's much respect for the man. And he mentioned something also that he played AAU ball with Kevin Durant. And when they asked him about Kevin Durant, you could tell he ain't gonna tell you him and KD business, but really you could tell they don't really talk no more. He can't really get nothing out KD. And I ain't talking about like monetary wise. I mean, just spiritually, mentally wise. They're not on the same level. Not sure what that's about, so I'm not gonna get too caught up in that, but I could tell where he was coming from. But during this conversation, you could tell, like when he started crying, this is emotions that he needed to get this out a long time ago. And I'm so happy they put him on that show so he was able to release that. He was able to release it, and it was beautiful. But go ahead, SPORTSANATOR Terrell.
No, I mean, you was on the right track. I guess I agree with you 100% because I feel like that platform gave him, if I feel like he was so depressed, he was at a point that if he had a one-on-one with a person, it wouldn't have been enough.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He needed a platform big enough to release that pressure to the masses. So it's like, okay, I got a big weight off my shoulder, a whole lot of weight off my shoulder for everybody to see. You know what I'm saying? Because like he said, and he said it many times, he reached out to certain people. He didn't want to say no names, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, like, come on, we just sit back and think about the teams and some of the hints he threw out. He said, I'm not gonna put anybody else's name in my situation because I don't want my story to become their story. You know what I'm saying? They had money, they had endorsements. I mean, he played with Cleveland, he played with a couple of teams next to a couple of stars. But we didn't go that far into it. But what really tripped me out is when he said being black is so fake right now.
I know.
That threw me for a loop. He said being black is so fake right now. And he kind of had made some truth. He said, like he said, if a person is shot in front of 5 people, all 5 people are gonna say, hey, get that man some help. If a person is hungry and there's 5 of us that have food and that other person needs something, we're gonna take a little bit off all of our plates and make sure that person eats something.
Right.
So why are we the same with money?
Correct.
If a person need money, person looking for money, I'm not giving you no money, but they get funny when it comes to that colorful piece of paper.
Yeah, you notice if everybody in a circle, right? Say you got you a little clique or whatever.
Right.
Everybody on the same level. Everybody broke pretty much, right? And everybody get along perfect because everybody broke. Now, as soon as one person out that clique of 5 gets some money, 2 of those out that same clique want to kill him now because they feel like, oh, he ain't give me enough. He ain't showing me enough love. Now, you could have took them and flew them everywhere you wanted to fly them, get them in the most expensive club, have them with the best bottles, the best female, but he's still feeling like, dang, bro, you just pawned the double off. Where's mine? And they'll murder you about it, and it's sad. And like you say, being black, it is fake right now because we'll put on this little image and everything like we love our brother and we love our sister or whatever. But at the end of the day, we'll go ahead and do something to them to harm them, just like they harmed this guy. You get what I'm saying? And the way they harmed him was financially and I'm sure mentally too. He also mentioned too, and this was touching, he watched his mama take her last breath.
Yeah.
Now, that's something hard, and I'm sure that's playing on his mental as well, because as I stated, they never got a chance to really get back on a good page and let all the bygones be bygones and leave it in the past. So, like I say, his interview was just so raw, and you mentioned in the beginning when you started speaking about it, you was like, it almost brought a tear to your eye. I could say the same thing. It almost brought a tear to my eye because it was so real and it was so rare. And a lot of it you could relate to when sometimes you like, you know what? Let me just remove myself from the picture and just stay away from people right now. Try to find my own way and just stay out of sight, out of mind right now. I've been there. But what I noticed what happened with me was when I did that, more blessings came. More blessings came. I just had to get away from certain people and more blessings came. Like you'll hear people tell a story like, I asked God to remove all my enemies and I started losing family and friends.
Right.
Real, and you know, that's real. But we're gonna kind of get off Michael Beasley, but I hope this guy gets some help, man, because another guy that it's just that interview reminded me so much of Delonte West, and I don't want to see him like that. And
He
shout out
mentioned
to Delonte West too, man.
He mentioned him too. He said, well, you know, what do I have to be in his position before somebody actually try to help me?
Exactly.
So,
oh, let's
when
get
a person talking like that,
you already know they crying for you right now. Let's do a quick update on Delonte West. I'm not sure if you knew about this, SPORTSANATOR on Terrell. Delonte West is in the big three right now.
Really?
He's in the big three, dude, and balling.
What's up? That's awesome.
I was loving the comeback from the kid. I'm like, now that's what it is. That's a person who went through the worst of the worst, getting beat up on camera, and the guy who beat him up, I guess he thought he was gonna get some cool for that. I don't think you get cool points for being a bully and beating on a weak son. You'll never get cool points in my eyes from that. Some people may get off on that, but I'm not one of those type of dudes. And I'm just happy to see that brother got pulled up out from the dog places that he was at, and now he's back. But moving on to the next subject, let's talk about Dwight Howard, man.
Oh man, Dwight.
Tell me a little bit about Dwight Howard, man. So let's talk about Dwight.
I mean, we're gonna talk about Dwight, or we're gonna talk about Dwight's son.
Well, we're gonna talk about Dwight and his son because Dwight is like, that's his daddy, so we gotta bring him up too.
We're a common denominator of the situation. Most definitely. Dwight Howard, I mean, I can't say too much. I've never been a big fan of Dwight Howard. You know why? I'm gonna tell you, keep 100. You know what I'm saying? With his build, his stature, the way he's physique, he's supposed to be the most dominant person since Shaq to me. He's supposed to have it, but he's too, happy-go-lucky and funny, and you know what I'm saying, real goofy like.
That's true.
So he never pushed himself to his full potential. Dude supposed to, man, like he's supposed to have been defensive champion 10 times. All defense, first team every year. Like he's shown you he has some explosive games, but he showed you his talent with his potential if he's serious. But he got to be damn near angry and mad at the world to play good. You know what I'm saying? That ain't where it's at.
I agree. He should have been just like Shaq. He should have been on Shaq level. But
I mean, we imitate. That was the whole, Superman the whole gimmick. I seen a story with Shaquille O'Neal when he told me the first time he ever dunked a basketball. He was in a game. I don't want to misquote him, but I believe it was a college game, and he got a steal or something. He went up for a layup, and he went to the sideline and he was talking to his pops. And he was like, "Seen that layup?" His pops took us in the hallway and he smacked him. And he was like, "What you doing? Dunk that ball, man." And he went back in there, and ever since then, we know Shaq, to be the Shaq that we've known. But it took that, you know what I'm saying? That little, hey, he could have, had he not took that step, who was to say he wouldn't turn out like Dwight Howard?
Yeah,
Shaq, we know Shaq has a real comedic, real comedic side to him. He dances, he's real funny, but on the court, it's business.
Yeah.
So he would never got that extra push. He would have been another Dwight Howard, my opinion.
That's true, because on the court, Shaq didn't play with you. Shaq trying to break the backboard, pull the rim down, and he has no regard for your safety. He has no regard. He was step. He'll step right on your chest. That's Alonzo Mourning. Step right on your chest. Come down. Don't be
rules for this movie.
Now
they created rules just for Shaq.
Yeah, just for Shaq. Just for Shaq. Let's talk about. Let's talk about Dwight Howard, SPORTSANATOR. Now,
Let's talk about it.
I'm not even gonna say allegedly on this one because this is true what's going on. So his BM, if you don't know what BM mean out there, I don't really feel like breaking it down. But the White Howard BM had to turn herself in to the authorities because she violated the judge paperwork, we'll call it the judge orders. The orders were her and the white son could not be with kids 2 years younger than him unsupervised. But apparently it happened where this child was unsupervised with another child. Okay. So long story short though is give you a little quick update if you don't know about this is Dwight Howard's son, we're gonna call him B. He's still a minor, so I ain't gonna say his whole name. We're gonna call him B. B at the age about, I think he was about probably 7 years old. It was some allegations on B where B touches other kids, specifically boys, and make them do little acts that he shouldn't be doing at such a young age. He's also, by the time he turned 12, called his father, Dwight Howard, out and said he's a deadbeat dad, he's an absentee father, such and such. But Dwight Howard, to his credit, also raises his other son. I think his son name is David. Raised this kid here full time. So we're not gonna get the bashing Dwight on parenting skills. That's one thing I won't do. Now, they say allegedly Dwight Howard stopped speaking to this kid or whatever. Okay, so now the kid is 14 years old, and basically I think he's still going through the same situation with these kids. Now, I have seen situations, videos where Dwight Howard is acting a little, we're gonna call it fruity, a little fruity on the bench with other NBA players. Now, they said an apple don't fall far from the tree. So I'm not sure what happened to this. His son learned this behavior from someone.
Definitely.
And I feel like Dwight also learned that behavior from someone. What do you think about SportsAnator?
Well, I mean, I think you hit it on the head, but me personally, like, I think it's a desperate call for help. You know, the boy just really wants his daddy around, but he's going about it the wrong way. He's using the only thing he knows to get attention. And I feel that along the way, he's seen something that he wasn't supposed to see, you know, busting that room when he wasn't supposed to, or seen something. And so now it's like when the anger occurs, you do the first thing that comes back to your mind.
We're having a little feedback issue with you, SportsAnator.
And which was like, you know, I don't like to speak. Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you back.
I'm back. You can hear me?
I get you. You live.
All right. Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah. Well, like I was saying, did you hear anything, any of that?
Say again.
Can you can hear me now?
I get you.
All right. Yeah. Like I said, I don't like to speak on kids, but the situation here, most of this situation is public records. It's right there, the facts. And not only that, the child himself has admitted to committing these acts more than once. You know, he said himself that he was angry, so he made the child masturbate him because he was mad at the child. You know what I'm saying? Which is like, yeah, you know, that's real wild right there. But, you know, at the end of the day, you gotta really, like, you know, you feel bad for the mother, actress / TikTok dancer, Royce Reed, for those who don't know. You feel kind of bad for her, but at the same token, I don't feel that bad because she's clearly neglecting the child. If the child got enough time to commit these acts, somebody should have been watching.
I feel the same way.
Mm-hmm. Somebody should have been watching. That's point blank period. I mean, you can't, you know, and then this is the icing on the cake right here. This is why I feel the way I feel. Miss Reed made a statement after being released, right? And I can quote her on this statement. Listen to this statement. She made a statement on Instagram. After being released, she said, "I shouldn't even have to deal with this or address this. I did not get arrested. I turned myself in because I had to talk to my attorney," she said. "I'm ready to get back to comedy reels and TikToks. But until then, talk to my attorney." Now, this lady said she's ready to get back to doing comedy reels and TikToks. Your 14, with his 14-year-old now son, is molesting children. And your first main concern is getting back to doing TikToks, comedy reels.
Interesting.
So that right there, for me, that threw me for a loop. I was like, whoa, yeah, you know what? That third degree, I believe, yeah, third degree felony, child neglect, yeah, you need to wear that. You go ahead and wear that, because if you're not saying, you need to mention family counseling or nothing like that. You said TikTok, this is her mom. You can quote her. This is what she posted on Instagram. That's your concern.
That's
This
how
dude has been in treatment. That's a concern. This boy has been in treatment for 8 months now.
And you know what's sad about it? I'm glad you brought that up, because most of the kids right now who's growing up, it's already we got babies raising babies, but even before the babies was raising babies, the new generation of mothers became best friend with their kids. What is that about? So when you become best friend with your kids, so when they disrespect you, remember, you're just best friends. Best friends fall out.
Exactly. Once you become a friend, you're with him.
Yeah, you want to be an Instagram star, then your child, if you're not paying attention to him, I guess he's trying to be something too. Something negative, because it's not getting attention that is required. It's just like if you have a plant must have sunshine and water in order to grow. Most plants, even if it's low shade, they need it. But if I neglect that plant, what's gonna happen to that plant? He gonna struggle up. But I wish the best for the White family, man, and I hope his son B gets the help that he desperately needs, because I hate for this boy to continue this in his adulthood and want to spend someone in prison.
Exactly what I was about to allude to. SPORTSANATOR ROJO. That I don't want to, I don't wish nothing bad. I don't like to speak bad on children, but and for them to say that he takes anger and it turns into a sexual act, that's a real problem that has to be nipped in the bud now, because as an adult, he becomes a menace to society. If you're angry at a child and you feel like them masturbating you is punishment, what happens when you become a grown man in society and you go and you in a fast food restaurant and the lady behind the counter is rude as hell with you? Do you wait till she get off and molest, and rape her? Like, I ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, that can grow. You know what I'm saying? That can escalate to something way more severe than what it is right now, and it's up there.
The smoke is there. The smoke is there.
That's beyond daddy issues.
What they say? Where there's smoke, there's fire.
I'm telling you.
So
that's burning.
Yeah, we're going with the best for the White and his family, man. Hopefully they can get this together and, like I say, get this boy the attention. Now we're gonna move on to the next one. How you feeling the show, my brother?
Hey man, I'm here, man. I'm live. I'm up.
Already.
I'm here.
All right, so I just want to let everybody that's middle age know something tonight. If you walk 7,000 steps a day, it'll postpone your life. I mean, you can shake off a lot of little quick early death. Just go ahead, even if you get 100 and let's say 150 minutes in a day of exercise and aerobics, some type of strenuous exercise too, some yoga, anything that'll prolong your life, man. Keep that heart rate going, keep your mental, because mental plays a big part of strokes and everything too, man. So we want to encourage everybody to work out too, because we know most of the time we're not eating healthy or whatever, and a lot of this food not coming with the right nutritions and protein like back in the days. So do something to help your body out, man. Drink a lot of water too, a lot of water. Get yourself a bubble mug. We'll give them bubble free advertisement. Drink yourself a bubble mug. Keep your water cool for at least 3 days.
Keep a bottle of my hand. I ain't showing you the label, but you see it.
At least 3 days. If you just stick to the bubble, baby. But people, I want to give a shout out right now to University of Miami basketball team, men's basketball team. It's all about the U, as we know. Hey, the U don't knock off US. They don't knock off Auburn. I mean, whoever want to stay where they stay, just step up. That
That's how they
team right now. Shout out to that they point guard, that boy Wong. Wong, I don't know if Wong is half Chinese, half African American, but Wong is serious. And
Nah, his parents is American, but his grandparents he got some Chinese in his grandparents.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Wong went and smashed on the dude from Auburn last night, dude.
Jabari Smith, number 10, posterized him.
That's who it was?
Yes, sir.
Man, say his name again.
Jabari Smith.
That was ugly, son. That was
Definitely
ugly.
was. It was. You know what? I watched the play over and over again. It wasn't really on Jabari. The person who was originally sticking him, number 0, just let him go by. And I guess he assumed that Jabari was gonna step up and handle that, and Jabari didn't get the memo. And it was too late.
That boy got bagged.
Man, and he said after the game, Juan spoke on it. He said it. You see the big man, excuse me. He was hoping that he jumped with him. He was ready for it.
Yeah, he bagged that kid.
He was anticipating that poster. He did that. That was a nice one. Shout out to him. But hey, kudos to that day point guard too, number 3. He was doing his thing.
I like that boy Moore too from Moore. That boy a sharpshooter. Remind me of old Duncan Robinson from the Heat. That boy, they're a sharpshooter. So
yeah, it was
gonna be nice. But man, this next topic, I want you to go ahead and do your thing on this one here, because I know this shit got. We're gonna talk about LeBron James, number 2 on an all-time scoring. Karl Malone. Hey, shout out to Karl Malone with them big old elbow that split everybody up back in the days.
The mailman.
The mailman delivering you. What you think about LeBron though, man?
Hey man, I mean it was only a matter of time, bro. You know, that dude, I'm not surprised. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know, I'm a fan, but I ain't surprised, you know, the way he play. It's like every move with him is a calculated step. You know what I'm saying? He could tell you whatever in the game that I wasn't planning on this, I wasn't watching the stats or whatnot, but come on now. If we hear all these other people when they speak of LeBron, they always mention how he's the highest IQ in basketball. That stands for all around. That don't just mean on the court. That means as far as stats and everything, as far as I'm concerned. So he know what he's doing. He breaking them records. He you know what I'm saying? He got to have something else to stand for, to show for in the argument. Because a lot of people it's always going to be a debate. You know what I'm saying? That GOAT talk going to always be up in the air. So it's like, I got this to talk about. You know, you can say what you want, but when you look at them records, them record books, that young man, they ain't going to be up there.
Definitely right about
all
that.
Different categories.
Yeah, they want to act like the king, what they call a stat pad, but really he's not. If I'm on a team and just because my team isn't playing up to their part, should I just roll over and die? Or should I be a professional athlete and keep balling?
Me personally, I think the word stat pattern is stupid. And I don't think it should be used in sports at all when identifying sports, because that is the purpose of the game. Exactly. Everything you do on the court is recorded. Every pass you make, if you pass and somebody else take that, that's a turnover. Somebody gonna write that down. You know what I'm saying? If you shoot it, if you lay it up, whatever you do, if you call a timeout, guess what? They're gonna deduct that. At the end of the game, it's gonna say it was 2 minutes in the quarter. They had 2 timeouts left. All that's recorded. Those are stats.
I never heard them say, not to cut you off, SPORTSANATOR ROJO, but I never heard them say Sammy Sosa was stat pattern because he kept hitting home runs.
Right.
That doesn't make sense. I'm with you on that. That word should be.
What about him for?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. It should be erased. He's an athlete. He get paid. We like to watch him. He's supposed to perform every night. Just like if I was to go to God bless that Michael Jackson concert, I expect the best show.
Damn right.
So when they say stat pad, hey man, shout out to you, LeBron, bro. You came in as a baby straight out of high school and you did what you were supposed to do. They compared you to Michael Jordan and the rest of the league. And I just want to say you in your own lane. This generation looks up to you. And that's what it's about. Just like my generation looks up to Jordan. Now, you have a bunch of followers and they look up to you. Everybody want to be LeBron now. So you did exactly what you were supposed to do. And you kept it real, kept your home team always around you, man. So ain't nothing but respect to you, man, and continue to doing what you do and can break all the records. Become #1. Break every record that they have set while you here to break it. But anyway, LeBron, man, we giving you your roses, my brother. Salute to you. We're gonna move on to a hot update right now. That kid, Steph Curry, they say he'll be back for the playoff. He has a sprained ligament in his left foot. He's out indefinitely. So it won't be a good playoff to me if Steph ain't in it. So I hope he comes back. I'm not gonna say Marcus Smart did a dirty play or anything like that. The man just dove for the ball. Steph maybe should have bent down, like they say, and had dove for the ball as well. So you want it. So hope he come back because you know the big three over there, Draymond, Clay, and Steph, they only played 11 minutes together over the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, but they got so much chemistry, it don't even matter no more. They won championships. They've been in the battle. They went to what, 5 finals? Ain't nothing. They know there's too much chemistry there for that. They don't mind. The only thing with them is they have to be a complete team. They're not the type of team, they can't play like Brooklyn. They can't have guys in and out the roster and make any noise in the league. It's not gonna happen. They play a certain type of style of basketball that requires the whole team on the court. Everybody that's originally supposed to be there. If Steph Curry, if a piece is missing, there is no next man up. And don't get me wrong, Poole has been stepping up. Poole been putting up numbers. He been putting up crazy numbers, but he
I
can't.
like Poole. I like him.
He can sustain that in a 7-game series. You know, he hasn't shown that at least that he can do that. So I don't have no faith in that. I feel like they need Steph Curry. You know what I'm saying? Poole's a good second option, but they need Curry. And Curry himself, even Curry himself, he got a lot of backlash about not showing up when it counts. You know what I'm saying? About showing out through the regular season. Then when the playoffs, deep in the playoffs, he disappear. And the numbers show it. The numbers prove it. So, you know, but I just feel without him, it's a wrap. Wrap it up.
Yeah, that's
They can
true.
go ahead and figure who gets it and hope for next season. Y'all will start out fresh and y'all have that young man Wiseman back from the beginning of the season and you can build a chemistry with him. Because Wiseman is a good center. He can shoot, he can do everything outside of being a big man.
SPORTSANATOR Terrell, hold it down. Give me 1 second. Hold it down.
All right, I got you. But that's what it is though. You know what I'm saying? That's why this show real. We do stuff like that. Take little intermissions in between time. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna keep it 100 with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Golden State don't have a chance going as far as what they doing. They might make it to the playoffs, but they get knocked off first round out of it without Steph. Without Steph being 100%, it's a wrap. Wrap it up. Now what it is. Hey, shout out to y'all supporting this, man. The sports fire movement. Cause you know we just be on here talking our shit like grown men. Appreciate y'all supporting the platform, though. That's where it's at. Sports Bite.
Hey, you know that kid Brooke Lopez back too.
Nah.
Yeah.
With Milwaukee?
Yep. He was out because of a back injury. He's back, so they got their giant center back, and then they got what's his name, Siakam over there for a backup now. So I guess I rolled to the East. We knew it wasn't gonna be easy anyway. I'm speaking about the Miami Heat, but now we're gonna have to dunk on Brooke. Now we gotta dunk on Brooke.
Hey, it is what it is. You know the Heat don't back down to nobody.
Yeah, we ain't gonna back down. We'll bring Haslam in if we have to. That's the type of team we have. We'll bring Haslam in, baby.
I'm surprised they lost. Speaking of the Heat to Philadelphia tonight, because Harden and Embiid didn't play.
Embiid didn't play?
They lost by like 7.
Wow.
That's crazy.
With no Embiid. Did Jimmy Butler play?
Yes, sir.
Interesting. I guess we just getting ready for the playoffs, though. is right around the corner, so we'll be all right. But that is surprising that we lost and Embiid didn't play. But they call him the great Eric Spoelstra, so I'm sure he'll figure out something to get this team back motivated. But you know what it is, I think, with the Heat too? Man, we got the luxury of playing with so many different lineups.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Heat way deeper than people getting credit for.
Yeah, we're deep. One of my favorite lineups is when Tyler Hero and Max Strus is on the floor together. So I
Yeah,
want
Strus is a sniper. He came out of nowhere.
Who that, Strus?
I like that dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, he a silent killer.
Summer League, he was raw. I like a lineup too with let's say Tyler Hero, Max Strus, and that boy twin Martin.
Oh yeah, Martin over there. Yeah,
Put
he had 14 tonight. Strus had a bad game. He had 1 point.
Yeah, you know him though. He'll snipe. He
Twin
always
gave us 14.
We got a bench that could be actually a starting.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's what I'm saying. They deep as hell. They bench.
Yeah, I bench
going in and out, bro. What you say?
Yeah, I bench deep.
Yeah.
I think it's the deepest bench in the NBA. Hey, what I was gonna say was
the only problem is you don't have enough big men.
Say again.
You don't have enough big man. The Heat don't got enough big man. That's all.
We actually do, to be honest with you. We got Deadman. Deadman a little older, but he come in banging with elbows. He's physical. He everything we need. And then we got that young boy who should be getting more play, Yerksabin. And I think though when the playoffs start, we're gonna see more of Yerksabin and Deadman because I would love to see a twin tower. Spo hasn't done this. He hasn't put both of them in together yet, but I would love to see a twin tower with Deadman and Yerksabin in, man.
Yeah, supposed to he running a more fast-paced game this year. Like that's always been his thing. That's why he got their standards as far as weight. You see how they did UD when he got there. He was all big and stuff, and you got to tone down, bro, because you got to be able to keep that pace, to run that pace. They play a fast basketball, so that's why they don't really play them big like that. You see Bam get a whole lot of time. He had 36 minutes tonight. Because Bam is like in between. He a big, but he ain't really a big. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so he ain't a real big.
Yeah, he ain't, solidified.
He's more of a power forward.
Right. That can play the big. That can play the 4 and the 5. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, but you can put Bam against somebody like Giannis, but you can't put him against the Joker and Embiid. They just too big.
Yeah,
and we have problems with that every time, man.
Yeah.
So I think though we're gonna be all right though. You know, it's been reported too. Deshaun Watson has went to Cleveland.
Cleveland.
Yeah, the kid over there in Cleveland. What you think about that?
Hey, I mean, Cleveland doing good already. Shit, they can only get better than me. Yeah, me. They can't do nothing but get better. They've been down long enough. It's their time to shine. That's all they need is another shooter or something else to get them over that hump.
Yeah, and I think
I don't like them to win it this season, but
no,
they're on the right. They're on the right track. I can say that.
Yeah, I think they still got Landry over there too.
Yeah, they're on the.
So Cleveland, they're gonna be a force to be reckoned with, though.
They already are. They about to they're in the 4th seed right now.
Oh no, I'm talking about football.
Oh, you talking about the quarterback Deshaun Watson? Oh,
yeah. Cleveland team, I like them because they're young, but they dunkable.
Deshaun Watson he ain't gonna never be able to play his fullest potential because he got too much off the field issues, bro, that constantly keep resurfacing. That he always got to put half his mind on that and the other half on football. If he ever get the chance to 100% focus on football, the man gonna be a problem. You know what I'm saying? We seen before but the BS been there ever since he's been a star. ever since his name been mentioned, there's been BS behind it.
Yeah, he got all the talent though.
He got it. It's hard to play through that though when you start off like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know how people say you start is how you finish. You start that man off with all that drama and all that BS coming from outside. How you expect him to play?
I think the kid want to start videotaping everything, making everybody sign paperwork, consent forms. And he got to focus. But I think Texas, I think they just came after that man because he really wanted up out of there. And then all of a sudden he exposed. But SPORTSANATOR Terrell, it's been a pleasure. It's been real. Our aim is to get rid of the lames anywhere we see them at. And man, we're gonna keep this going. We're gonna link up every chance we get, SPORTSANATOR, because you my SPORTSANATOR. You already know how we get down, man.
Flex on SPORTSANATOR.
Got to, man. Strong body, hard body. Y'all know what it is when you see a SPORTSANATOR. Salute them, man. And we're gonna have that SPORTSANATOR merch coming out real soon too. We do appreciate all the new subscribers, everybody tuning in, checking us out. We're a baby channel, but we growing fast. We like a hybrid. You know what I mean? So my brother SPORTSANATOR Terrell, ain't nothing but love for you, son. We're gonna let
appreciate you having me, man.
You already know, anytime and every time. We're gonna let Double R take us out, man, and we up out of here.
And I do blow that money was set up. I feel the money was going down. We were living this shit like it's perfect time. And they were bitching and going and what about it. I was on the game, I could chase the climb. We had to take off our artists and climb it down. Finally running for me and I dreamed about it. I hit on them niggas and mix a target. They hit out when you get so smart as dog. That's like buzzing and y'all for that ammunition. I'm slow with them boys, but we had them binge. Put it back on his head, no pity pinch. Ain't no leaving the game, I'm still in the trenches. So I blew off the rubber to put them in. I can't wait till I pop it, that double up. Put up suicide doors when I'm hopping out. Bring that shit by the road and I'm running out. Focus on rest, let's see the girl. I can't